Okay, it's recording now. All right, guys, what we're going to talk today about is photosynthesis. One of the things that you need, photosynthesis has to have, is sunlight. That's the energy source. Come on in. Here we go. Hi, come on in. You sit back there. Watch what they're doing. Got to have an energy source such as the sun. Have any of you all ever picked up a potato and it's got one of those long things growing out of it, sort of what, whitish, right? Okay. That's because it's received no sun. The minute you put it in the sunlight, it starts to turn green, it will turn out flowers, and it'll turn out leaves. All right, so you got to have an energy source. Also, the plant has to be green. It has to be green. Of course, the green comes from, and I'm talking loud, by the way, because this thing's recording. Green comes from the chlorophyll. Green comes from the chlorophyll. The chlorophyll can be found, and we're going to be studying this too when we study the plant and animal cells, can be found in chloroplasts. They're what give the green color. All right, so far you've got to have two things before you can even start. You've got to have energy. It's got to be green. Plant's got to be green. Now, if you have those things, then the plant will take in water, H2O, from the roots. And this is going to be real important in a minute when the plant stops blocking or starts to block the water and doesn't allow it into the leaf. But it takes an H2O from the roots, and of course from the air it gets what? Do they know? Carbon dioxide, CO2, carbon dioxide. All right, so if it's taking in water from the roots, carbon dioxide from the air, it gives us back two things. Oxygen, O2, which we already know because it's a diatomic molecule, right? And it gives us something else. You know, I always thought when I was a kid, when the cows would chew on the grass, I was like, man, grass tastes bad. What are they chewing on, right? There's nothing there. Well, it's green, which means it produces sugar. So it will give us back two things, oxygen and sugar, C6H12O6 is its chemical formula, C6H12O6. Now, one of the other things that we've talked about, and tomorrow we're going to go into lab and see, are the stomata. Stomatus plural, stomatus singular. It always amazes me in science. It's like nucleus and nuclei. Why can't they just say nucleus, stomas? They always change the endings on these things. So on a leaf, and we've talked briefly about the stoma. It looks something like this. These are your guard cells, they're called. They're a part of it. The guard cells. And this is the pore where it exchanges carbon dioxide and oxygen. Carbon dioxide goes in and oxygen comes out. The majority of the stomata are on the bottom part of the leaf. If you took Vaseline and you smeared it on the underneath side of the leaf, that leaf would die. It's like taking Vaseline and plugging up your nose with it. You can't breathe, right? If you took Vaseline and plugged up your nose, you wouldn't be able to breathe. Hi, come in. Y'all can sit there. They're just, okay. you would not be able to breathe literally. And that's the same thing with a leaf. When you take that Vaseline and you smear it on the underneath side, you are blocking the stomata, and they can't breathe. All right? So the majority of them are on the underneath side of the leaf. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about this next. Let me extend this page. Hold on. One of the things that happens in photosynthesis is as the water comes up through the tree from the roots, okay, here's the branch, here's a really bad leaf, okay, so the water comes up. As fall sets in, chlorophyll dissipates, the sun's going away, the chlorophyll's not developing, but a cork ring forms right here. Now, if you think of cork in a wine bottle, if you take a wine bottle and turn it upside down, does the cork let the wine out?
No.
No, of course it doesn't. Same thing here. The water comes up, comes all the way to here, and is blocked by the cork ring. So now you're removing one of the major things that the leaf needs to go through photosynthesis. You've removed water, plus the fact it's getting less sunlight. The chlorophyll isn't developing because of less sunlight. So now we're starting to take away things that it needs for photosynthesis. Okay. All right, we're going to stop right there for the moment because I want you to read this and I want to show you some slides. Let me stop this.